Well, hasn't it been windy over the last few days? So yeah, we've just sat through the storm. Don't even know what the name of this storm is, but it has been bloody well windy. Few of you have asked, are we okay? Have we managed to brave it out and survive it? And yeah, we're all good. We have a variety of park ups that we can go and hide, and for various situations really. We have sort of forests where we can go if it's too sunny. We have open moorland if it's nice and where we want to be in the sun, and we want to catch a bit of solar. And we have other places like tucked away behind hills and all sorts of places like that. So yeah, we have a selection, and I guess that's all part of prepping, isn't it? That, I've had a couple of people as well comment that I don't need to prep, just live my life and enjoy it. But the storm has just shown that if you're not prepared for whatever's coming your way, you could end up stuck for food. A few people have even said they've the power's gone out and they haven't got any electric, and they've had to use head torches and stuff like that. I mean, that is all part of prepping. Prepping isn't just about the zombie apocalypse. It isn't just about World War III. It's about being ready for every situation, and being able to not I wouldn't say cope. I'd say just carry on with your life, enjoying your life, and not become stuck, stranded, and become a case for the emergency services. If you're prepared for it and you sort of thought about every situation along the lines, you should be able to just shrug it off and carry on your life as normal. You should have food in store and yeah, not become a casualty basically. And that's what prepping is, and that's my thoughts on prepping as well. It's not just about the zombie thing. So yeah, I hope you guys have all fared it as well as I have, or as well as me and Sue have. We've got to go and get some diesel in a day or two. We're parked up out of the way, hiding away, and yeah, it's all been good. Other than the vans have been rocking, not for the right reasons. So this video was going to be well, it was going to be a rant originally, so it wasn't going to be a prepping, and I've had quite a few comments from people that have said it's not the current government's fault for the vehicle overnight parking banning and stuff like that. And I've got a really good video coming up about the overnight parking situations. So stay tuned for that one, because when I say it's a good video, it's very interesting, particularly for you guys up in Scotland or anything to do with the Scottish parking, like the parking, what was it, a voluntary parking scheme that came in. So if you're interested in that, ring that notification bell. That little, no, it is the bell thing. I'll get confused what the bloody hell I'm talking about. But ring that bell, because I've got a video coming up. I've written to basically the councils and various people trying to get information under the Informations Act. So that is all coming up in another video. Where was I? I forgot where I was now. Oh yeah, the overnight parking situation. So people have said it isn't this current government. It was brought in before that. And yeah, you're right, 100% right. The old parking scheme, the old motorhome camper van situation, was brought in 2016, right? So it doesn't matter what current government we have. It doesn't matter whether it's Tory, Conservative, Reform, or whoever. And this is my concern, this is my worry. Right, in 2016, the UK signed an agreement. It's called the Paris Agreement, the Climate Agreement. And don't get me started on climate, because I'm going to go into a bit in a minute about Bill Gates and his climate. In fact, why not do it now? Bill Gates made a video a little while back saying that he offsets his climate by paying £7 million or so, because he jet sets all around the world, burning up, making loads of carbon. And so for him to just have the money and pay it off, it's all right for him to do it. Is that what he's saying? Complete utter bull. While we all have to suffer. So we've all got to become hermits and live in a 15-minute city while he's jet setting around the world enjoying himself, and we've all got to live our life in shit. I don't think so, mate. No. If that's the way you want it to go, I think you're going to have us knocking on your doorstep, coming to live in your mansion and kicking you out, because I think you're going to end up with civil wars throughout the whole country. Right, so yeah, in 2016, let me get back onto track. 2016, the UK signed an agreement called the Paris Agreement, and that was to do with climate change, and that was to rid all of Europe and Britain of petrol and diesel vehicles. And that is what we've signed up to. So it doesn't matter who we get for a government, we're in this crap. The only thing that's going to stop it is for us to actually say, no, we're not having it. And at the moment, too many people are sticking your head in the sand saying it's not going to happen. Well, it is fucking well happening now. Look out the window. How many people in Vanlife have turned around and said there's park-ups, no park-ups signs going up all over the place? If you haven't seen them, you must be in bed for the rest of your life, because it's going on all over the country, everywhere you see. Scarborough. I mean, like I say, I've got a video coming up on Scarborough, Lincoln and Morecambe. All over the place. You've got all the seaside towns saying you can't park here anymore. And this is all part of it. It's all part of the agreement to rid the camper vans. Camper vans will not be made from 2030. And yet people have said, oh yeah, you got that wrong. It's 2035. Well, no. You've gone into a Labour government now. Labour wanted it 2030. So they've snuck in to the back door and they're bringing it back to 2030. So, let me just touch that screen. As the screen, if I don't touch the camera, the screen goes off. If we all carry on sitting here with our head in the sand, the current government will bring it back to 2030. So this is where you guys are just like, oh, I'm banging my head against the wall with you, because you keep telling me, oh, it's 2035. Hey, okay, let's take it as 2035. No more camper vans from 2035. Where does that leave us? If you look on eBay and you try and put a car part on eBay for sale, there's legislation coming where you've got to be a licensed salvage dealer now to sell car parts. You won't even get second-hand car parts in 2035 or 2030, whichever the case may be. I think it's coming into 2030. I think the pressure now is back on us to rid ourselves of these motorhomes, camper vans, and all get ourselves a bloody bicycle. I'm bloody nearly 60 years old. Do you really think I'm going to be cycling around in the snow on a bicycle? You think I'm going to go get my shopping on a bike? Who makes up this legislation? I mean, yeah, I'll get a bike and I'll cycle around on a bike. If Bill Gates is in front of me on his bike, then I'll be happy, yeah? I'm not doing it otherwise. And I tell you what, if people start thinking that they're going to buy these posh electric cars and we're all going to sit there watching them drive past us with no traffic on the roads because they've got the money to do it, they're in for a big shock, because they're going to end up with a civil war where all their nice little posh cars or vans, whatever they've got, all these nice little electric vehicles, will be bricked and burnt. The British people are not going to put up with this. And I think those people in society that think we're all going to dye our hair green and start hugging trees. I mean, my sister calls me a tree hugger. I'm not a tree hugger. I mean, I own a chainsaw for a good reason. And that's because I cut the bloody things down when I need wood to keep warm. So I'm not a tree hugger by any... And yet I do like the forest. I don't mean that I go around decimating trees and forests. I don't do that. So don't start. Well, yeah, go on, put the comments in. Go on, nail me for that one as well. No, but I mean, the thing is, if the current they, because I keep mentioning government, and then the videos go on a decline because YouTube don't like me slagging off our current people in power. Sue keeps telling me don't mention it, be careful about what I say, and that they'll come get me. Well, they'll have to find me first. Come knock on my door, try and find my door. That's another thing why I think they don't like van lifers, because like you've got to come try and find my door to knock on it. So yeah, people that keep saying it's 2030, 2035, whatever the date may be, and you can still carry on using your vehicles for years to come. Well, you're going to struggle to get car parts. You're going to struggle to get, I mean, what you're going to do, have donor vans sitting around on your driveway in case you need bits and pieces for it. And then the garages can't fit the car parts. They can't give you any warranty. So how's all that going to turn out? We need to actually start making ourselves heard to say, we don't want this shit. This is not what we signed up for. You might be the government, but we ain't living our lives under your bicycle rule, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not going to be cycling ever in my, well, unless I do it for enjoyment, but I'm not going to be going wherever I want to go by bicycle. That's for sure. And if I see people on the roads now with electric vehicles where there's nothing else, only the rich are driving around in electric vehicles, I'm going to be anti-you. So let's get that clear right from now. I don't care who you are, how nice you are. If I can't drive and you are, just simply because you've got more money than me, then I'll have a problem with that. And I think most of the British public will have a problem with that. So tell me what your thoughts are. Are you going to be happy watching the rich guy drive past you whilst you're cycling along, and you're in the snow and the ice and the cold, and he's sitting there smiling at you out of his window? Do they really think that's going to be the life of the future? It's starting to come out like almost like what was that film? The archery film. Oh, I can't remember what it was called. The one with the girl with the bow and arrow. It's starting to come out like that, isn't it? I mean, that's our society. That's what society thinks we're going to live like. Hunger Games. Hunger Games. If you haven't watched Hunger Games, good films actually. Go back and watch that, because that's what they think we're going to live like. We're all going to be like squabbling amongst ourselves for the one slice of bread, and they're going to be living in their nice big luxury mansions, all well lit with walls around them, driving their flashy electric vehicles. Nah. Not if I'm alive, anyway. Yeah, so that's what I wanted to say in this video. That the 2016 Paris Agreement is to do with climate, and it's all set up by Snobs, whatever his name is, that German Snobs guy, Swabs, Bill Gates, and the other rich tossers is the only word I can call them, who think that all us people, the lower grade people, are gonna just look up to them. No, that's not the way I'm gonna live my life. And it isn't just Britain. Other people have said, like, buy out in Europe and go to Spain. There's 50 countries in this and gaining. I think there's more than 50s now. Sadiq Khan is the head of the what's it called, the C something agreement, which is like signing up these countries to all agree to climate change and stuff. And let's be honest, I mean, if the country didn't warm up in the first place, we'd still be living in the bloody ice age. So what do they know? I mean, they're talking about 2 degrees over something over millions of years. These people are not in the real world. They can't be. Anyway, give me your thoughts. Let me know what you think. This video's going on for far too long. And Campervan Corey, I've forgotten what you're called now. Corey, another Campervan channel, has told Sue to get an egg timer to put me on a timer so that I can't rant for too long. Right, so yeah, keep your eye out for Sue's video, because she's got something coming up. We've sort of all pressured her into making another video. Hope you liked the van tour. I thought it was filmed quite well myself. And we are getting ready for Christmas now. I'm not really sort of a Christmassy person, or I never used to be, but since meeting Sue, my Christmases have become much more fun, much more brighter, and I'm starting to look forward to them a lot more. So you'll have to wait and see what we've got each other for Christmas. She ain't going to be doing no skydives or anything like that this year. So yeah, it's all looking good at the moment. Right, so yeah, see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and that notification bell thing down there. Don't forget that a press as well, so you get notified. Cheers.